everybody. Good morning. Tops to you. Salute. Y'all know what today is. It's Friday, so it's time for Soul Sessions with Sandy. But today we're going to take a detour from the normal interviews. This weekend, I went and I hung out in the hood to get Big Baby washed. And the guy that was washing Big Baby and my brother were having such a good conversation. I recorded it. And I thought it was a pretty interesting conversation. Now, everything that he's talking about, I don't agree with. None of the stuff as far as Christianity do I agree with. However, he has an interesting point. I thought it might be interesting to you all to listen to. So listen to it, check me out, and then drop your comments down below and tell me what it is that you think about it. I'll be back to you after this is over. Deuces.
We care more
You said, wait a minute, you said mankind can control their destiny.
The dollar.
Okay. We
And he cares about his own survival. Because when you talk about global warming, climate change, sea level rise, the first thing a sucker would throw up in your face is, well, that's going to hurt the economy. Fool! If we can't survive on this planet, there is no economy. Right? But we put money before our own survival. Now tell me if that's not stupid. And we're going to dither and dither and dather and dither until we've reached the tipping point of no return. You know, we keep talking this crap about, I hear him talk about, well, in 2150 or 2075. Fool, we'll be lucky if we make it to 2025. You feel me? Mankind, the human race, is on the precipice. Listen to what I'm saying. We are on the precipice of self-destruction. We are on the precipice of annihilation, right? Extinction. That's what we own. We own that track. Right now, right? Let me give you an example. The Lakers are the NBA champions, right? So next year, what does number one want to do and what does number two want to do?
Number two wants to win. He wants to be number one.
And number one wants to do what?
Remain number one.
Right now, the United States is number one. China is number two, right? Eventually, there's going to be conflict between one and two. Because one, like we said, two wants to be one, wants to stay one, right? Right now in the South China Sea, China has claimed vast areas of the South China Sea as its own territorial waters, right? And sooner rather than later, there's going to be conflict. Somebody's going to make a mistake and fire something, shoot something. And a little spark is going to turn into a conflagration, right? World War III, right? And it's coming. And see, this is the thing. This is the thing that knocks me out with all of these smart ass people, right? Nothing lasts forever. Life on this planet has showed us nothing. No civilization, no empire, no species lasts forever. We seem to think that the United States is going to go on into perpetuity, but that's bull. It's bull. The evidence is right there in history, and yet we can't see it. You feel me? We can't see it. Why? Because mankind, with all of his smartness, he's an idiot. Simple as that. Like I was saying, Donald Trump's an evil genius. No, not Donald Trump. The white man is an evil genius.
But a lot of people will say that's where the premise of white supremacy comes from.
Man, it ain't nothing about white supremacy because before white folks, got up out of them damn mountains
Caucasus Mountains,
and stopped, sleeping with their animals and shit, right? Man was doing the same thing.
I know, but just the supremacy, like something that we can identify with. That's where white supremacy comes from, because that's their fight for survival.
The only difference between the white man and everybody else is that the white man had better technology. That's it. That's all.
No, that's not true.
Be bull.
Let me say something. They have had a track record of being way more malicious, way more evil. Because everybody has ruled, but they didn't rule with the maliciousness, the pure evil that white men have ruled with.
That's in your opinion. I mean, in your mind, but no, that's not true.
What?
That is not true.
What?
Like I'm saying, the only difference between the white man and everybody else is his technology.
Stop.
That's it. That's all. But the mentality of
Let me
the
ask you a
human
question.
race.
Let me ask you a question, Cornbread. Did they have technology when they was cutting people's penises off and putting it in their own mouth? When they were raping men? Like, did that technology?
Brother,
that's not technology.
Brother, you seem to think that Africans wasn't doing this shit
No.
way back in the day before
No.
the Roman Empire.
No.
Come on now, come on.
No.
That's BS. That's
Maliciousness.
BS. That's BS. I mean, kings would kill their enemies, cut off their head, put them on poles, and then line them up on the side of the road. We did that.
Romans.
No,
Romans.
no. Black people.
No.
Black people, you got it twisted, my brother. You got it twisted. Mankind is just an evil critter. It don't make no difference what color you are. Mankind as a whole is evil. Like I said, the only difference between the white man and everybody else is the technology that he has used to get the job done.
No.
Right? But if others would have had that same technology, they would have done the same thing because it's in the nature of the human race. You know, this is about human nature. Period. We are just a messed up creation. So, I mean, like the great civilizations of Timbuktu and all. I'm listening to my boy Henry Louis Gates Jr. Check him out. Check him out, because I know nothing about African history until I started listening to this brother, right? And we did as terrible things as white men did to our own kind, right? So the only difference that he did was he took his stuff global. We stayed regional. Everybody else stayed regional. The white man went global. Because of what? Because of what?
Technology?
Thank you. Thank you. The white man developed sailing ships that could cross oceans. Nobody else could do that to the extent that he did. Now the Polynesians, right? They colonized all them islands in the South. I mean, in Polynesia.
That's good
right?
work right
But
here.
the white man crossed vast oceans.
Work. This is Trevor work.
Never. So this is what we are. This is what we do. This is what God created. You know. So when I see these motherfuckers hit a home run and then cross home plate and they do that, that just burns me up. Because I don't see you doing that when you strike out with the bases loaded and the game on the line. Right? You're giving God all of the glory, but what he don't get none of the blame for this shit? You created this. You knew what was gonna happen, and yet you let it happen anyway. So no. I believe that brings up an issue.
Do you? But can I ask you a question, though, Cornbread? Do you believe in God?
I believe in God. I just don't understand why he created this shit. What was the purpose of it? I mean, is this some sort of a joke? Was this a competition between you and Satan? And we the pawns in this great power struggle between the two of you? Come on now.
Let me bring up a point that I seen a scientist say. One time I seen this scientist who, was talking about the creation of Earth, Big Bang, and all that. And they asked the scientist, like, do you believe in God? And he was like, well, I'm gonna answer this way. I don't believe that how people just subscribe to God as being almighty and all kind.
Yeah.
It can't exist the same way.
No.
You can't be almighty.
No.
You can't be all kind.
No.
Right? Because if you are all kind, then what are tsunamis?
Yeah.
What are earthquakes that wipe out civilizations? Like, that's very powerful, but that's not kind. So he was saying, like, the way people believe in God, like, for him, it can't exist that way.
No.
You can't have something that's all powerful
That's the struggle that I'm having.
and all kind.
That's the struggle that I'm having. When people talk this shit about God is full of love and kindness and forgiveness and shit. Did he forgive Adam and Eve? Hell fucking no. He kicked their asses up out of the Garden of Eden, and every generation since Adam and Eve has been punished for the shit that they did. Is that forgiveness? Fuck no, that's vengeance. You know, I believe that there's a life on this planet was intelligently designed because everything is perfect.
Perfect.
When you take us out of the equation, everything is perfect. But the relationship between predator and prey, I mean, the predator keeps the prey, you know, healthy because predators only kill the old, the weak, the sick, right, and the young, right? But the rest of the population stays healthy. You see what I'm saying? There's a symbiotic relationship between those two species, whatever it is.
Right.
When you're talking about prey and predator.
Right.
But then you throw our asses in the mix, and we fuck up everything.
Right.
Everything.
But yeah, we are very intelligent.
And God created us,
Right.
knowing what we was gonna do.
And that be my whole thing. Like, I refuse to believe that as intricate as life is, that it was an accident.
Couldn't be.
Couldn't be.
Couldn't be.
Somebody sat down
Couldn't
and
be.
had thought and design into the way these
Look.
planets rotate, the way we are, the way man can mess with woman and create new life. Like, that was designed.
The Earth is a perfect distance from the sun.
And
Right now, you look at all of the other planets, right? And then you look at the Earth. It is the perfect distance from the sun, right? Earth is the only planet that we know in the solar system or in the galaxy that we have so far explored that has water, liquid water. Without water, there is no life.
Right.
Without water, right? Other planets have had water, but have lost that water, right? So this shit, right? Something, somewhere, created all of this.
All of this.
I believe that. I just don't believe that, you know, when motherfuckers be talking that shit about God and how, you know, benign he is, that's bullshit. God is just as vengeful as man is. We are, what they say, man is a reflection of God or some shit like that. The only thing that, the difference between man and God is God is omnipotent, man isn't, right? God is immortal, man isn't. But everything else that God is, we are. He's loving, man is loving, right? He's vengeful, right? Man is vengeful, right? So, you know, when they talk that shit about, when I see these fools score a touchdown and then want to, man, get the fuck out of here with that. And then all these fake ass Christians, right? It says right there, I'm not a Christian, but I've read the Bible to a point, right? Until it got, you know, kind of weird, right? But Genesis and Revelations, oh, I was all up in that shit, right? So,
Why Genesis and Revelation? Because it's the beginning and the end?
yes,
Okay.
yes. Now,
So
all these
you're
fake
saying
ass-
what happened in between Genesis and Revelations doesn't mean anything?
Well, see, I couldn't keep up with those thous and these and all that other shit, right? You know, but I just wanted to get to the meat and potatoes. See, I don't do foreplay. I like to get straight to the meat and potatoes.
Well, I'm ready then. He said he don't do foreplay.
I like it.
So the concept that you're talking about is essentially duality,
Yeah.
right? For any one
Yeah.
thing to exist, there has to be a complete
Yeah.
opposite, right?
Yes, everything has an opposite. Like me and Fats was arguing about the internet, right? And I was telling him the internet, social media, is just one more link in the chain of the destruction of civilization, right? Because see now, 40 years ago, you could have one individual with a crazy idea, but he can only spread that idea to a few people because of word of mouth. Now you got social media, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all these other platforms that he can spread his message to other like-minded individuals, right? I was telling him about how black people, I saw all these brothers and sisters go run into this department store and loot the bad boy. Somebody got on the net, said, we're gonna meet right here, and this is what we're gonna do. 500 people showed up, cleared out the store, right? You couldn't have had that 40 years ago because you didn't have that kind of instantaneous communication.
Reach. You know how that type of
Yeah.
reach.
So now you can, if you had an individual like Jim Jones who was able to convince 900 people to take their lives before the internet, right? Because he had the gift of gab, right? Imagine what a person like that can do now with social media.
But you're talking about, okay, you're talking about Christianity and God. I would gather to say, and this is just my opinion from reading the Bible the way that I have, that all of these things are coming together so that so that we can intercommunicate when God is coming. When God is coming, you're going to hear the sound, you're going to hear the trumpet and all of that, but it's going to be seen everywhere all at one time.
I understand what you're saying, girlfriend, but for me, that's all bullshit. It's all bullshit because, see, why would you create this shit if you knew this was going to happen? Why would you let that happen, right? I just can't understand why someone, an entity of that caliber, of that kind of power, would allow all of this shit to happen.
Narcissism.
When you could stop it with a snap of your finger.
So
God said, let there be light, and then there was light, the Big Bang Theory.
Are you saying God is a narcissist?
Yes.
No. I'm just
Please
saying.
explain that.
I'm saying he's a fucked up individual. That's what I'm saying.
I'm
You
saying.
say that again?
I'm saying he's a fucked up individual.
Well, all righty
Right.
then, Jesus.
No.
Pray for his soul.
I'm saying he said he was trying to think of a reason somebody would do it.
Okay.
And I'm saying
narcissism.
It would be narcissism to prove that I'm that powerful, right? Right, to show like you know what I mean, how needed I am.
Okay, dig it. Like I said, the power struggle between Satan and the Lord, right? Out of all the places in the galaxy that he could have banned this fool and cast him out, he put his ass down here with us. For the reason of what? So he could fuck with us, right? So that they could have this power struggle with us in the middle, right? Now, is that mean or is that not mean? If you was doing some shit like that, right, people would say that you was mean. Right? Him doing that, right, when he didn't have to do that, to me, that's just plain mean. It's egotistical.
Well, y'all, this was not a planned video. This is just conversations that come up. I'm over here getting my car cleaned off over in the hood, and you know,
I mean, remember
this young
the game
man has
played
some
with
intelligence.
Remember the game he played with Joe, right? Took everything from him, right?
Kids, everything.
Did all of that, right? The devil said, I bet if you did so-and-so to this fool right here, that he would curse your name. I bet he won't. Bet. And so he did that to Job.
Took everything.
Right? So God won in the end, and he blessed him with all of this other shit, but he used him as a pawn in a game, a power struggle between him and Satan. Is that not fucked up or is that not fucked up? Yes, that's what it is.
We got somebody in the window, Greg.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Watch your language.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's all good. We just watch
That's just messed up.
it. It is.
Hey y'all, what'd you think? So Cornbread does have some very interesting views, and I would love to get him to do an interview, but I want y'all to help me with the questions, because you see, he'll talk. We just got to have the right things for him to give us some information on. So drop some questions down below in the comments so that we can get him in here for an interview. Also, in about 2 or 3 weeks, Soul Sessions with Sandy is going to have a singles roundtable. You're going to see KD, you're going to see Crystal, but we're going to introduce Miss P and we're going to introduce Smoke. We're going to let them sit down, talk it out, hash it out, ask them some questions, and they're going to talk about the game of love, the singles game of love. It's going to be lit. I got a little bit of a preview that I'm going to show y'all in a second, so y'all stay tuned. Continue to rock with Split Three Ways. Keep following your girls. We are coming back with some good and some hot content after all this lockdown is over in California. So we're going to see you soon. Peace. Check out this snippet.
It's only emotion. It's not a financial
Hey, you never said that. That's
right.
Hey, so,
I have no problem submitting.
you never said that.
But I have yet to find out where you're supposed to leave.
But my question to you is, what are you looking for?
I need an emotional. I need you, babe. Financial.
It's just emotions for her, brother.
But it's just emotional.
So you
Sexually, no, nothing. I need. If you can give me intimacy versus sexually, I'll take that versus sexually.
would you?
I need an emotional connection. So you will.
So if I just talk to you, yeah, I'm like,
Would you take that? No.
So you
That's what you're looking for.
That's
You
what's
can't.
missing for me.
If that's what you're looking for,
That is what
you're
I
never
need.
wrong.
Not
Because that's
what I
you
want.
do
That's
that.
what I need.
Okay, let me use this to say. if you making $55 an hour and the other nigga
Are you in here typing?
First of all, now who looks for intimacy and that's it? Her ass.
What?